Hey, Total Makeup Junkie 101. You guys are going to once again have to pardon my hair and everything in this video. I'm filming this video right after I filmed Monday's video because I just wanted to get this video done for you. Today I'm going to be reviewing the LA Girl Matte Flat Finish Pigment Gloss is what they are called. These products are brand spanking new to the market right now, and lots of people have been asking me to review this line. I picked all of these up on the Lady Moss website, but you can also get them directly from the LA Girl website if you wish. They are $5 a piece at both places. There are 16 shades in this line, and lots of people wanted to know if these are dupes of the long-wearing matte liquid lipsticks like the ones I love, you love, have been all the rage. Of course, I have all 16 of the shades to show you guys today. I will be doing full lip swatches of all 16 of the shades, and I will tell you that my lips are dying right now because I just finished swatching all 16 of them. And in case you guys were wondering, yes, these are long wearing. Yes, these are practically waterproof, and yes, my lips want to fall off of my face. So let's go ahead and start off this review by talking about the packaging of the product. Now, the product comes in a tube like this. The tube is actually significantly fatter than I thought it was going to be. It does say LA Girl Matte and then that full name of Flat Finish Pigment Gloss, which is the most confusing name in the world. Who says matte and gloss all in the same, I don't even know. The back of the tube, it does say the number and the name right on top of the barcode. This whole thing right here is a sticker that's on top of the tube, and the top here is a matte black, and then of course you twist it open, and the applicator of the actual product is a very slightly slanted, if you guys can see that, doe foot applicator. Now, the applicator on this is really nice. It does hold just enough product for you to just dip once in the tube and get one nice application all over your lips. And the applicator is a little stiff as well, so it's not super floppy. And because these are very pigmented like they claim to be, you don't want something that's too floppy because that will just make a mess on application. Now, as far as the pigmentation of these, they do have pretty much full pigmentation. Now, I will say that a lot of the lighter shades and even some of the darker shades are a little streaky and patchy. In that sense, they kind of remind me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipsticks. If you guys have seen my review on those, you know I didn't love them because a lot of them ended up being very streaky and patchy on my lips, and that is the case with a lot of these. I will say the best shades in the line are definitely the red colors or some of the kind of purpley colors. Those are definitely the best in terms of not being streaky. They are super opaque and pigmented. As far as the texture of these, they are really thin and lightweight, which is really nice. Once again, in that sense, they kind of remind me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipsticks. But one thing I'm not crazy about with these is some of them, especially the lighter shades, are quite sticky and tacky. Even after they've dried, they actually dry down to be kind of tacky. Now, they all do dry down to be a matte finish, so don't take the fact that I'm saying they're slightly sticky or tacky to mean they look glossy, because they do not look glossy by any means. They do dry down very matte, very flat, which I do love. Now, the strange thing is not all of them feel that way. For example, the one I'm wearing right now is this bright violet purple called Stunner. This one does not feel sticky or tacky at all by any means whatsoever. It is completely dry and not sticky at all. But a lot of the lighter shades, especially the very first shade I try on for you guys, which is called Fantasy, which is this kind of light nude color, this one is super tacky once it dries. So much so that I can't even talk because my lips stick together. Now, another thing I do want to mention, and you guys will definitely see this when I do the individual lip swatches, is that the color in the tube is not always the color you get on your lips. Now, all of the tubes are clear, so you do get to see a true, accurate representation of the product through the tube, but for some reason, once you get it on your lips, the color changes. Some of them get lighter, some of them get darker, some of them get brighter, and some of them get dull. So this is the most inconsistent lip product I have ever seen. So definitely take the color you see in the tube with a grain of salt. Definitely take the color swatch on my lips or the swatch on my arm that you guys will see in the individual swatches coming up. Take those more to heart because for some reason, the tube and once it gets on your lips are two totally different things. So without further ado, let's jump into an individual lip swatch on all 16 of the shades that LA Girl promoted in this collection. So let's jump into it. This first shade on my lips is called Fantasy, and this is the lightest pink that LA Girl offers, and I will say it's not very light. It is a light but still very, very bright, warm-toned pink. So if you guys were expecting this to be a nude, no, it's pretty bright. This next shade on my lips is called Dreamy, and this one is a medium light nude color. This one actually works really well for my skin tone as a nude. I can wear it by itself without feeling like it's way too light for me. It does have a little bit of pink in it, so it does come across as a little bit more wearable. It's not super white based. This next shade on my lips is called Fleur, and this is another nude color, but this one definitely has a lot more orange tones in it. It is a medium peachy brown is how I would describe it. This one I'm not sure would work very well on really light skin, but this one looks really, really nice on me. It still comes across as a peachy brown without it looking too light or too orange. It's really a unique color. I quite like this. The next shade on my lips is called Bazaar, not bizarre, like weird or crazy, but Bazaar, like Harper's Bazaar. This is a really pretty medium bright rosy pink. It's really gorgeous, really wearable, and this one goes on really, really beautifully as well. This one is definitely much brighter on the lips than it is in the tube, like most of these tend to be, but very pretty color. This next shade on my lips is Timeless, and this is a pretty bright blue toned hot Barbie pink type color. I'm surprised they named this shade Timeless out of all of the shades that are here because this is definitely a much more trendy color to me. It is a really pretty hot pink, but definitely doesn't seem timeless. This next shade on my lips is called Iconic, and this is pretty much the one and only shade in the entire 16-piece collection that I think does not work for my skin tone, obviously. This is a very, very light, very, very bright cotton candy bubblegum pink. It's got a lot of white in it, so it does stand out. This would be really pretty on very, very fair or pale skin girls, but this doesn't work for anybody with any sort of tan at all. The next shade on my lips is called Playful, and this is another really, really hot, bright cotton candy pink. This one definitely doesn't have as much white in it as the last one, and compared to the first hot pink I showed you, which was Timeless, this one definitely doesn't have as much purple in it. This one is more of a true, bright, hot pink. This next shade on my lips is called Tulle, and this is another hot pink. You guys can see LA Girl definitely loves their hot pinks, but this one is unique to the other two because this is a neon fluorescent super, super bright blue-based pink. It's very reminiscent of MAC Candy Yum Yum lipstick. So this one I would say is very, very similar. I haven't compared them side by side, but I mean, this is definitely going to be the longer wearing option, the liquid lipstick option of Candy Yum Yum. It's bright, electric, neon. Love it. The next shade on my lips is called Obsess, and finally we are getting away from the hot pinks. This one is a bright orange toned red color. In the tube, it definitely looks a lot more coral. On the lips, it definitely comes across as a bright orange toned red, and I love it. It is so beautiful, but still so wearable. It is a bright red, but it doesn't look neon or crazy. It's still beautifully wearable. The next shade on my lips is called Instinct, and this is the orange in the collection. It's the bright tangerine, not quite neon, still very wearable of an orange, but it is orange nonetheless. So if you don't like orange lip colors, you probably will hate them, but if you're like me and are obsessed with orange, it's amazing. This next shade on my lips is called Frisky, and this is the true bright red they have in the collection. It's like a bright tomato red color. This one went on beautifully, not streaky at all. This one is probably one of the best formulated ones in the entire line. This is really, really gorgeous. This next shade on my lips is called Secret, and this is another red shade in the collection. There are quite a few reds we have to get through. This one is definitely a lot darker and deeper, more of a brick red than the last red I showed you. This one is once again really beautiful in formulation, really beautiful in color. I just love this one. This next shade on my lips is called Rebel. You guys can see my lips are kind of dying. Sorry for the messy application. We're almost done. This next shade is called Rebel. I already said that. This one is a purpley mauve-y type color. This one is really pretty. It is right up my alley. The perfect fall, winter, berry, but not too dark or deep type color. This is phenomenal. This next shade on my lips is called Backstage, and this is a very, very dark Bordeaux burgundy red color. It definitely looks significantly darker in the tube than it comes across on the lips. Now you can build this one up and put a second layer if you want, but the more layers you apply, the thicker it's going to feel, the stickier it's going to get, and the less it's going to wear. So if you just apply one layer, this is how it's actually going to look. This next shade is called Stunner, and this is my kind of shade. You guys know I love shades like this. This is a very, very bright violet color. It really reminds me of Too Faced Melted Lipstick in Melted Violet, or any of those similar really bright blue toned violet purples. It's so pretty and I love it. And finally, this last shade is called Black Currant, and this one is beautiful. It is a very, very dark not blood is red. This is a dark grape purple, super, super dark and deep, really pretty. It definitely doesn't come across as black, but it is really dark. This one is also a little bit patchy, so some parts look a little darker than others, but you can smooth it out if you apply a second layer. So I hope those lip swatches were helpful for you guys. As I told you guys, my lips are throbbing, like throbbing. Definitely thumbs up this video for throbbing lips. Okay, jumping back into the lip products. As far as the longevity on these, I can get a pretty good long wear out of them. They are very, very difficult to remove. I wouldn't say they're completely waterproof, but they're pretty much waterproof. I can get a good 6 to 7 hours of wear out of these. If I start eating and drinking oily type items, I don't know what I'm drinking that's super oily, but if I'm eating anything that's super oily, it will break down the lip product. And just like a lot of the liquid lipsticks, these do the inner ring lip line thing. Not as bad as the Anastasia ones, I will say that. The Anastasia liquid lipsticks do the inner lip ring thing the worst that I have ever seen in my entire life. These aren't half as bad as those, but they will do it over time. As far as the scent of these don't have any particular scent. They're very, very lightly scented of nothing. Like, I don't think there's any added fragrance in here. It's not fruity, it's not cupcakey, it's just like lightly, slightly lipsticky scented. Overall, for $5, I would definitely say these are worth a go. If you guys love liquid lipsticks and you already have a lot in your collection, I don't know if these are necessarily going to be unique or a better texture or formula than a lot of the ones you already have. I would definitely say most of the high-end formulas that I own, like the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipsticks, the Kat Von D Everlasting liquid lipsticks, the Sephora lip creams, those are all a better formula than these are, but those are also way more than double the price of these. If you guys haven't jumped on the liquid lipstick bandwagon quite yet, maybe you're afraid that they're going to be too drying for you, or you're not sure how you're going to like a super, super long wearing lip product, I would say for $5, these are definitely worth a go. They definitely compete and rival with a lot of the higher end formulas. They're not quite as good, so I definitely wouldn't say, you know, if you love Stila, you will also love these, because I think the Stila formula is way better. The absolute best ones, in my opinion, my favorite is, of course, Stunner. It's the one I've been wearing throughout the entire video, and I absolutely love this purple shade. But this one called Rebel is also really nice. It does have kind of a mauvey, purpley, nudie tone to it, and this one is not streaky or patchy by any means. And then any of the 3 red shades that I mentioned. So this one is Backstage, Frisky, or Secret. These 3 are also really, really nice. So overall, these are definitely not going to replace any of the high-end liquid lipsticks that I already know and love. I think those are definitely better in texture, pigmentation, longevity, but for at basically a fourth of the price, these are a pretty good start. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review video, and I hope it was helpful to those of you guys who requested it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on my next video on Monday. I'll see you then. Bye! And their newest set, which is their In Bloom collection, which was released as a part of the spring collection, is at Macy's, and I believe they are a Macy's exclusive item. She released 32